Oh my God, it's like herding a room full of cats in this place. Welcome to Celebration. You're going to be receiving your food soon, so yeah! Yes, Janice last night. Thank God we're done with that. What a beautiful night we have. Welcome to our Celebration event. I'm just going to talk for a couple of minutes because there's a microphone in a room full of people, so you know, I always enjoy that. We are going to start our program around 8 o'clock. We're going to be serving dinner soon, so there's a lot of good networking at your table. But I just want to do a couple of shout-outs to some really nice folks, new members. First off, Gretchen Gold from Wishlist Consignment, right over here. Gretchen Gold, can you wave to the folks over here? What? She did stand up. She was very short. She was very short. Can you stand again, Gretchen, and be taller this time? Maybe you could be taller, Susan. I don't know. Gretchen Gold from Wishlist Consignment, which is a vintage, very cool shop behind the Hanover Mall. I went in there the other day, and she hooked me up. Check this out. But this is a 1970s vintage tuxedo jacket, and this is also a vintage piece. And I'll tell you, and she just let me rent these. You know I'm sweating on them, right? Just so you know. Maybe I'll spring for the dry cleaning. I'm not sure. But this is vintage clothing at its finest. I think I had to go with the men's sizes because, as we know, everyone's supersized now. So all those people back in the 70s were like size 8s, and I'm like larger than that. So, but really, really cool clothing, and really cool other stuff like Rolling Stones t-shirts, AC/DC t-shirts. Gretchen's a new member. Please support her by going to her shop behind the Hanover Mall. Very cool place. I'd like to do a shout out to a couple of other people. My buddy Terry Naris is here in the crowd tonight. Terry Naris. Trusted me enough to let me go into her basement and clean it out a while ago, and that was a wonderful thing. And we became friends because we went on the cruise last year. Did everybody go on the cruise last year that Bonnie Spence did? Oh my God, that was fun. And Bonnie Spence made the mistake of inviting us up to the captain's quarters, and you have to climb up a ladder. And I was, you know, close enough to Terry that I helped her up the ladder. So we've become good friends since then. I know. As anybody that knew about the cruise, when we did the cruise thing, when Elizabeth Pinot, where's Elizabeth? Elizabeth Pinot and Steve and I went on the Caribbean cruise. Terry didn't even put in a ticket because she was the sexual tension between the two of us was just, it was so intense that we could, you know, it was palpable. So that moment just sealed it. So, you know, when Jack Burke goes on the cruise this July, watch out, because I'll tell you, that will be tough. Once I've been in your basement, I'll never go back. Really? Retirement's been good for you, Terry. Retirement's been good for you. It is great to see somebody like that back. Terry represented Eastern Bank, and they have been a partner and a sponsor of this network for so long. It's wonderful to see people like that back because, you know what, someday you'll want to work again. And you want to come back and you'll... No. Okay, you won't want to work, but you want to go to Yarn's End. Where's Allison Sharon? You want to go to Yarn's End. My buddy Allison Sharon just opened up a new shop. I thought she was just a business person, and come to find out she's opening a yarn shop. And I only go in there because the shop says knitting, classes, and conversation. I go in for conversation. And she has her refrigerated Coronas in, so I go in for that too, and the free beer, yeah. You know, what a wonderful thing. She is right next door to Inspiring Windows. Tina and Teresa, the purple ladies. She's right next door to them. And then they're right next door to Allison Guido at Almar Building. So it's like a whole SSWBN row right there that's on my way home. So I'm always swinging in. I figure at some point I'm stopping at Patty Funder's because she keeps Corona in her refrigerator at Laser Light, and then I'm going further down 53 and I'm swinging into Inspirit because they always have a Corona. It's like, it's a beautiful thing being president, so I'm going to really miss that. So thank you to those folks for being here because it's really a great thing. I see my friend Pauline Alleguera is here from Mel's Bracelets. Again, Thursday night, my partner and I were out at a bar in South Boston, and the bartender had on a Mel's bracelet, and we high-fived. We bumped up on that. It's like you go everywhere and you run into people like that. I actually told Pauline I was at St. E's 6 months ago getting a follow-up mammogram. And I'm sitting in a little waiting room. You girls know, like, after you've had your test and they send you out, you're Johnny, and you sit there and you wait with 2 other women and try to find something to say. And the woman said, I see you have a Mel's bracelet on. And I said, yeah, friend of Mel's. And she said, Mel Simmons with my sister. And I said, wow, that happens to me so often with the Friends of Mel. So I love that they're a member of our network. I love supporting them. We have such a great time at all the events that we do. I also want to give a shout out to Susan Hammond, one of our founders of this wonderful network is here. Woo! They're saying stand in our chair because you're too darn short, Susan. Yeah! Yeah! You know this is a Pay It Forward network because I'll tell you, Susan Hammond epitomizes Pay It Forward. This woman has sat on more boards for more art organizations. Susan and I actually met maybe 10 years ago. Across the street from my house is a place called Local Pottery. And she is a putter. And she was puttering around. And I went in there and we talked, and I knew very soon on that she was an opinionated woman and it was going to be this way. And I liked right away that she liked how I thought, because I thought if she doesn't like me, I'm in trouble. But we got along great, and Susan actually trusted me to be in her basement and clean things out, and she did a wonderful thing for me. She sent me an after picture when she got her gym all set up, and that was wicked cool, so I got to see how it looked like afterwards, so thank you for trusting me with that. But bigger than anything, thank you for starting this network, because I'll tell you, what a great organization. What a great group we have here. The other person I want to do a shout out to tonight, where's my buddy Jen Mitchell? Jen Mitchell's in the crowd here. Jen Mitchell from SSWBN. I do like to do what I can to support the members in this network. I'm a tanner by nature. I always compete with my buddy Judy Walsh Rodriguez, and since she's Sicilian, she usually beats me. And I think even with my base tan and my spray tan, she still wins tonight. But I would like to say thank Jen. If you don't want to, Pauline always tells me, like, you should be putting on sunscreen. People always tell me that. I'm like, no, I'm the baby lotion person. I put everything, like you didn't do it. Like you didn't do it back in. Who didn't have those aluminum things up next to their faces? Come on. That was me. So, the Sunless, Senza Soleil is sunless tanning. She sprayed me all up. I want to thank her because I have a sunless tan now. It's a beautiful thing. Jen's one of our members. It was a beautiful thing. And I will tell you that Jen is nothing if not a professional, because you almost have to go commando to be there and be sprayed. And there were no disparaging remarks about, oh, you could lose a couple of pounds over there. Nothing like that. She was totally professional, although I will say my eyes were closed for most of it, so she could have been going. I don't know, because my eyes were closed. But anyhow, thank you, Jen, because I look great. It's a cancer-free way to get a tan, so it's a wonderful thing, and thank you for that. So that's all I have for shout. Oh, one final shout-out. I will give a final shout-out because I will say, I am nothing if not a Mary Lou's girl. And I will tell you, our girlfriend Mary Lou has had some bad press lately, and those people upset me something fierce. And you don't want to be upsetting Janet. So here's what happens for me. I go into Mary Lou's News in Hanover Four Corners, which is the original Mary Lou's News. It's in my hood. I don't know if you can call Pembroke and Hanover a hood, but I'd be rocking Mary Lou's news in the hand of a hood. And I walk in there, and usually what I'll try to do is when there's a big line of people that look like they don't know what's going on and they're standing in line, I'll go in and go, hey, the girls that are waiting on me, they're like in their 40s and 50s. I'm like, hey, I'm calling the newspapers. I feel ripped off. Where's the young girls? Where's the good-looking girls? I heard there were 20-year-old babes working here. And then Mal and Annie and all the other folks working there, they give me a little bit of attitude back. And that's what I love about Mary Lou's. I go in there, they laugh at my jokes, they tell me a few of their own, they ask about my family. They know what me and the guys have for coffee and drinks every day, and they're a wonderful organization, so I couldn't be happier to have Mary Lou Sandry as one of our long-term members. And so a shout out to Mary Lou. You go, girl. So, enjoy your dinner. There'll be enough of us later on at 8 o'clock, and we'll start the program then. So, thanks very much.